is destroyed. And for Kim Hood, the greenhouse facing the mountain wasn't just her dream home, it was what her parents passed down to her before they died.
What was your reaction when you first saw it?
Tears. My husband's like, okay, I thought you already cried out. I'm like, apparently not.
She shows us pictures of her family gathering around her fireplace for Christmas, one of the only remnants left standing.
Unbelievable.
Up the way, Juan Perez puts the scope of destruction into heartbreaking perspective.
It's all gone. All gone. I mean, the kids were born here, raised them here, 20-some years. We built this and it's completely gone. Not just me, it's the whole neighborhood. My whole neighborhood is gone. There's thousands of us that don't know what we're gonna do, don't know where we're gonna go.
There's nothing left, and I've been here for about an hour and a half, and I don't want to leave. It's home.
Everything that we know and love is gone. Not just this house, my whole city gone, man. The whole thing, like everything, my whole neighborhood, everything that I grew up to love and know is burnt up.
But in this working class community that feels more like a small town than a part of LA, there's already talk of rebuilding where their roots are generations deep.
Sometimes you get knocked down, but we're just not going to be knocked out. You know, you fall down and we get right back up.
And when the rebuilding begins, the Altadena hardware store will be ground zero for reconstruction.
Jesus. Even if you've got building supplies in the parking lot.
On the street, wherever we can put stuff to help people, we're going to put it. Yeah, we're going to do everything we can.
And Lester, Jimmy says the night of the fire, his home was saved by a neighbor with a hose. When he finally got into town, they got to work saving another neighbor's home, and that's why they weren't able to come check out this shop. And even today, before that interview, they were out trying to put out another hotspot with buckets to save a friend. He says that is
some of the biggest donors. Here's NBC's Chloe Malas.
As unimaginable real-life drama and devastation play out across Los Angeles, some of Hollywood's biggest stars are stepping up.
As you know, where I live is on fire right now. Literally, the entire city of the Pacific Palisades is burning.
Following an emotional appearance on The Tonight Show, Jamie Lee Curtis, alongside her husband, Christopher Guest, and family, pledging $1 million, saying she'll direct those funds to those most impacted. Jennifer Aniston and Halle Berry among those putting their support behind the Female Founder Collective, an organization co-founded by fashion designer Rebecca Minkoff, now raising more than $1.2 million for the Los Angeles Fire Department.
I saw the need to rally my co-founder, who, Allison Wyatt, has lost everything. And so our partner, Elizabeth Leonard, and I said, we need to do something. We've had some amazing celebrity support. It shows you the power of community and the power of women.
The fires decimating the neighborhood of Pacific Palisades before expanding into Malibu with additional fires across Los Angeles, killing at least 10 and leaving thousands of homes and structures destroyed. Among them, the homes of Hollywood legends John Goodman, Mel Gibson, Anthony Hopkins, and Billy Crystal, now gone. Crystal in a statement saying, "We raised our children and grandchildren here. Every inch of our house was filled with love, beautiful memories that can't be taken away." The blaze devouring Hollywood landmarks, too, including the Will Rogers Ranch featured in the 1975 Barbra Streisand sequel, Funny Lady.
Hello, Fanny.
Why, Nick, how good it is to see you.
The fires breaking out just 2 days after Hollywood kicked off its annual awards season at the Golden Globes. Actress Jean Smart, who won that night for her role in Hacks, now calling on networks not to broadcast upcoming awards ceremonies and instead give money to those who need it most. Meanwhile, all productions in LA shut down, pressing pause on a multi-billion-dollar industry, which employs hundreds of thousands of people.
Many people may see the fires as a problem that is just affecting the very wealthy and the very powerful. But we cannot forget all the people behind the camera, the drivers, production assistants, makeup artists, hairstylists, craft services, catering. These are the people who are the backbone to making your favorite TV shows and movies. From the pandemic to the strikes, this town is taking hit after hit after hit.
And Chloe Melas joins us now. Chloe, it is award show season, and you just heard there's some talk that maybe it is not appropriate to go forward. On the other hand, people's jobs and livelihoods depend on helping these shows get on the air or at least be held, right?
Really, Tom, there are two camps right now, and I just think that this is just such a fluid situation that no decisions have really been made yet. But really, award season, it's not going to look like it has in years past. So I just want to run through some of the things that have already happened in just the last 48 hours. The Academy Awards, they've pushed back their Oscar nominations. The Critics' Choice Awards, they've pushed back their ceremony to the end of January. And the Screen Actors Guild, which puts on the SAG Awards, they canceled their nomination broadcast. I also just want to talk about, because, in these pieces, there's not enough time to talk about everybody stepping up. But just moments ago, I heard from Baby to Baby. It's a big organization that's actually based out of L.A., and their primary job is they get essential items to families and children in need. And they gave me a list of some celebrities that have been helping them: Demi Lovato, Jessica Alba, Kristen Bell, Olivia Munn, even Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been supporting, trying to help Baby to Baby get essential items to children. But again, such a terrible situation for so many people in Los Angeles.
Chloe Melas, thank you very much. That's a wrap for us this hour. You can see Hallie Jackson on Sunday on NBC Nightly News, and then back here on Monday on NBC News Now. As for us right now,
been lost in this neighborhood.
These last 3 days have felt like a nightmare that no one can wake up from. The scenes on the ground in the Pacific Palisades are apocalyptic. The scope and the scale of the loss is absolutely catastrophic. As we're starting to get these images of the scale and the extent of this loss, it is hard to get your head around the fact that this beautiful, thriving, vibrant, wonderful community that once was is simply no longer. A couple of landmarks remain in the Pacific Palisades, but the vast, vast majority of people's homes and businesses are just gone.
You wrote on Facebook, systemic failures and underinvestment in first responders will be addressed. You said, this is a wake-up call for change. Talk about what change you're referring to. Are we talking about the fire department budget, the water tanks and hydrants running dry? What is the change that needs to happen?
Both of those things are part of the changes that need to happen. Los Angeles has suffered from decades of underinvestment in critical infrastructure, as well as chronic underfunding of our public safety partners, including the LA Fire Department. We have about the same number of fire stations and firefighters in Los Angeles that we had 60 years ago, but we are now a population of 4 million people, and the calls for service have tripled. We have about 100 fire engines and ambulances sitting in a boneyard because we don't have adequate mechanics to fix them. Back at the end of December, we received a standards of cover report from our fire chief, Kristen Crowley, who indicated that based on current budget and staffing levels, we are not adequately prepared to address wildfires. And that same report indicated that not only are some of our emergency response times already in normal circumstances twice the national standards, but just here in the city of Los Angeles, we need at least 62 new fire stations just to serve our average daily demand. And now seeing the absolute utter devastation in the Pacific Palisades, we have no choice as elected leadership here in the city of Los Angeles, but to correct course on this and ensure that our tax dollars are being invested in the infrastructure we need to sustain a modern population and the public safety resources we need to keep entire communities safe.
When it comes to immediate needs, I know you've been speaking with FEMA, with the governor, with the mayor. What is it you're telling them you need right now? Are you satisfied with how they've all been responding?
I want to really take a moment to thank our partners at the state and the federal level. Vice President Harris personally called me yesterday and offered all of the support and resources that we need. Our insurance commissioner reached out to me and assured that he would use the full weight of his authority to ensure that our policyholders will be covered. We are really looking forward to the arrival of additional National Guard resources to help relieve some of our police officers who are already stretched too thin from some of the duties that they're doing with traffic control, so we can free them up to address other issues around the city. This really, truly has been a remarkable all layer of government response. And I think that's really important because as we look to the future, as we head into the wet weather season where mudslides and landslides are common, and then as we look to the future of rebuilding this incredible part of our city, it is going to take the federal government, the state government, and all of us here at the local level to get this done. And it is going to be a long, long road ahead.
Councilwoman Park, we appreciate your time this morning. Please continue to keep us updated on everything.